guys, Eve here, and today I'm feeling all sorts of Malfoy. So, as you've probably seen from the title of my video, this is a makeup look inspired by the House of Slytherin. Slytherins are known to be ambitious, shrewd, and cunning. They make very strong leaders, and they also are pretty devoted friends. The Slytherin house is often described as a fraternity, and I can see why. This particular look is inspired by the colors of Slytherin, which are green and silver. And finally, this look is very much inspired by the mascot of the house, the snake. So if you guys want to see this Slytherin inspired look, go ahead and keep on watching. So I already did my eyebrows and primed my eyes as always, and we are hopping right into the Jekyll and Hyde palette. And I'm first picking up the shade Silk Cream. This is one of my favorite warm brown type transition shades, so I'm popping that right into my crease, bringing it up towards the brow. We really want to blow this out around the eye just to make sure that all the colors blend in seamlessly. We're going to be playing with a lot of darker shades today, so the light base really does have to show up. Next, from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, I'm picking up the shade Warm Taupe, which is another warmer type of neutral brown. This is going to bring a little bit more gray tones into this look, which is going to help blend the greens into the warmer base. Blending that in the crease as well as the inner and outer corners, just to cover all of our bases. And then doing a little bit more of reverse blending with Silk Cream, just to ensure that these two colors are seamless. And now back with the Jekyll and Hyde palette, I am picking up the shades Jada and Enchanted. Jada is more of a blue-green tone, and Enchanted is more of a super dark green tone. So mixing these two together will give us a good transitional matte green shade, which is what I was looking for. This green is going to be a little bit more on the cool tone side. However, with the warm base, I find that contrasts nicely and makes the green stand out. So once again, putting this into my crease and focusing it into the outer corners as well. We want the shape of this look to have a little bit more of a cat eye effect, and so we really want to wing it out towards the tail of my brow. And then to deepen it all up, I'm grabbing the shade Enchanted just by itself on a more pointed blending brush, focusing this into the outer corner, but I am also bringing it through the crease as well. However, make sure that you keep this color lower on the lid. We don't want to bring it too high towards the brow bone. We want those transitional shades to really be the star there. Then of course doing some reverse blending with the Jada and Enchanted mixture and Warm Taupe, and finally Silk Cream, just to make sure that all of our colors are present and that our color story is very apparent. This also helps to really get rid of any harsh lines that we might have left over. Now, grabbing my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair on a small concealer brush, I'm going to cut that inner portion of my eye, creating sort of a half-cut crease. Please remember to go slow with this. Cut creases are really difficult to master at first, especially if you have a weird shaped eye like I do. So take your time. Don't feel like you have to get that shade in one swoop. And once everything is to your liking, and so I'm heading into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Artist Palette, and I'm picking up the shade Anaconda, spraying it with a little bit of what I like to call NYX Plus. It's the NYX Dewy Setting Spray. It works very similar to Fix Plus in my opinion with shadows, and I'm popping it onto the wet concealer base. The wet concealer base is going to allow the shadow to adhere a lot better and stand out a lot more pigmented. And then hopping into my Naked 2 palette from Urban Decay, I'm picking up the shade Verve, which is a purpley silver tone, and I'm putting that onto the inner portion of my eye, blending it into Anaconda. Go ahead and go back and forth with the Anaconda brush just to sort of blend the two colors together. And then once that blend is achieved, I'm going to take a little bit more of Enchanted from the Jekyll and Hyde palette right on that outer corner to further darken it up and make everything more cohesive. Now, after magically applying my base, I'm going to go ahead and grab my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Mood Exposure, putting that onto the apples of my cheeks and brushing it up towards my temples. And then picking up a little bit more of that Enchanted shade, putting it under my lower lash line, and I'm dragging it into the inner corner following that triangular shape. And then blending it out with a little bit more of that Jada and Enchanted mixture, dragging down the color as far as I want it to go, making it look really smoky. And then we can get started on the liner. So I'm grabbing my Pretty Vulgar The Ink Gel Liner, and I'm creating a nice wing. You can make this as dramatic as you want, honestly. Do whatever you feel. I'm going for a pretty decent sized wing just so that it's present. And once again, like all detail work, please remember to go slow and take your time, especially for this next step. So I'm going to take my angled brush and drag it into that inner triangle of my eye. This really does give the eye a more cat-like or snake-like effect. However, it's really hard to make that triangle sharp, so like I said, take your time. And because the angled brush was too big, I ended up finding an even smaller brush, smudged that black liner on my lower waterline, and then darkened up that inner corner just a tad. Now smoking out that waterline a little bit more with that Enchanted shade, and then back in with the Jada and Enchanted mixture. Then brushing away any powder that was left over baking on my face, I'm going to go ahead and grab my Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit, picking up the shade Lucky Clover and popping that onto the tops of my cheekbones. And using an angled brush, popping it into my inner corners in between those two vertical lines that we created by the triangles. Then grabbing my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in the shade Blossom Glow, I'm putting that onto my brow bone, on my cupid's bow, down my nose, and a little bit on the tops of my cheekbones just to brighten that up. Setting down all the powders with my Pixie Glow Mist, letting that dry, and then going right in with my Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Spray. Then patting down the glowy powders with my beauty sponge just to make everything stand out a little bit more. And then curling my eyelashes, getting it ready for my mascara. And today I'm doing my normal mascara routine. I'm grabbing my Buxom Lash Mascara for the top lashes and my Pixie Lower Lash Mascara for the bottom lashes. Setting down my brows with a little bit of the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then for lips, I'm using my Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade Witches, which is a dark black lip shade. This shade does take a few coats just to build up, so I usually go pretty lightly with my first coat to line my lips and then build up the pigmentation after that with a second coating. Finally, for lashes, I'm grabbing my Ardell Faux Mink Demi Wispy Lashes. Alright guys, so this is the completed look. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you like this look, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you like me, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Special thanks to Pooja Rai for her comment. Thank you so much. I really hope I said your name correctly. Names are hard. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.